Hello, my name is Pat Pizzo, and behind me is a native plant island that you perhaps have seen on YouTube. Today I want to introduce you to an additional 5 islands that we put in here in Fontana Park in San Jose. This originally is an alternative landscape to trees, which PE is very appreciative of, because if you look up this way, you'll see the power lines just above us, the power transmission lines of PG&E. Let's go look at the 5 islands. We're just west of the island that we saw previously, and this area was an open area with weeds and dust in the summer. And for years we've been trying to do something with it. We had an extensive drought here in California, so it wasn't until recently, this last year, 2017, that we were able to put in a new island that will, consume water, although not much water, because these are all California native plants, or at least about 95% of them are. And so we created this 5 island project. Now the 5 island project, there's 5 islands here. Maybe you can pan into this one and we could see one of the islands where bigger plants were put in. These are sponsored islands. And you can see by the sign that the Almaden Valley Nursery sponsored this island. This project is made possible by MFPA, the Martin-Fontana Park Association, working in combination with the City of San Jose, and with our 5 sponsors who contributed funds and/or plants to make this all happen. We'll walk around to the other islands so you can just kind of get a panoramic view of the setup of these islands. This island is sponsored by Pacific Gas and Electric, and we have another island is sponsored by our presidents, our present and past presidents of MFPA. And over here we have East Bay Wilds. East Bay Wilds is a nursery, a California native plant nursery in Oakland, California, and Pete Ballou is the head nurseryman, and he has designed and put in plant selections. And then we have DG, the automobile sales business that sponsored this 5th island. Now the islands, why are they islands? They're islands so that we can assure that the native plants have extremely good drainage. And the islands are constructed by dishing out the soil that's here and then combining that soil with garden soil from a rock and landscape material supply place at a ratio of about 1:1, and then put back to form these natural berms or islands. The plants are then planted, and we have drip irrigation in these islands. And the drip irrigation is controlled by battery-operated controllers, and I will probably use the drip system to water the plants, considering our drought years, more in the winter, so they get that full 16 inches of rain, which is our normal total rainfall for this area, during the wet season, and that will help them to survive the whole of the summer. Now, I'm going to have to provide some water in the summer, but I'm going to be very careful about that. This project was done by 5 volunteers. I'm the project manager, but my volunteers are from MFPA, and all the work that you see here, except for the digging of the regional islands and the tractor work, was done by these volunteers. So I wanted to show you our new islands, and in about another, I would say a year to 2, I will come back and visit them and see how all the plants are doing. They're little pups right now, but as you know, California native plants grow pretty quickly. So in a couple of years, these are going to look, I think, a lot like the original island I showed you. Thank you for your time, and welcome to the 5 islands in Fontana Park. You know, I'd like to tell you about the labels that we've used here for the plants because they cost about $3, and that's pretty good per label. What we have here is a standard label, okay, that you can buy for $1 in nursery supply places or online. And then there's a piece of tap plastics. We have in San Jose tap plastics, and we buy polymethyl methacrylate or acrylic in squares of 3 inches by 4 inches in any color you want. We've used green here. And then we print Avery labels, which are laminated on one side and are stick on the other side. And we stick those labels right onto the substrate of the plastic. And the total cost is $1 per label, $1 for the cap plastic, and $1 for the holder. So I think it's a pretty inexpensive and very effective way to make plant labels. So I wanted to share that with you. Thank you.